Now, you more than likely, if there's 10 people watching this, 8 out of 10 of you are slicers of that golf ball. You curve that ball dramatically to the right. And you've heard all your mates saying, oh, you're coming over the top, your shaft's coming down really steep, you're cutting across it. You know this, but you don't know how to fix it. I'm going to tell you today exactly what we need to do to try and stop coming over the top of that golf ball and having to swing so far across the ball that one, we lose a ton of distance, and two, the problem is it could go anywhere. Usually it slices, but on the odd occasion, it can go dead straight left as well. It's a nightmare. How can we fix it? Before we start, I want you to comment below. We're into golf season now. Sun shining, it's happy days. Comment below with how you're getting on with your golf. Let me know if you're encountering any problems. Now, it's that age-old philosophy in the game of golf, that steep shaft. We're really coming down very steep and choppy. That shaft gets really vertical, when in reality, it should be 45 degrees, i.e. the shaft at an angle, and we need to keep it that angle on the way back and on the way back down. That's the ideal scenario. But all your mates are saying, oh, you're slicing it because you're coming across it. You're cutting across that ball because your shaft is too steep. They're right. But how on earth do you fix it, and why does it happen? There are a couple of reasons, but for me, this is one of the most common reasons that it does occur. And it's all to do, for right-handed golfers, it's all to do with your right elbow. And the problem is this right elbow is huge in the golf swing. If your right elbow is in a what we call indifferent position, you're going to struggle to keep control of that golf club. Okay, that right elbow is huge. This right elbow is your stabilizer of your golf club, especially at the top, but even on the way down and through that golf ball as well. So we need to focus on this little chap here today. So what happens when we come a little bit over the top? Well, what happens when we get to that top of that swing? More than likely, I'm not saying this is going to happen for everyone, but this is a more common reality for a lot of people who tend to come a little bit steep down to it. Your right elbow goes very, very high at the top of that swing. Now, I'm going to the extreme to show you this for demonstration purposes here. But you'll notice how if we compare the right elbow to the left elbow here, when we get to the top of the swing, that right elbow is an awful lot higher than your left elbow. Okay? But look at what happens to the orientation of the shaft. It just goes so steep, really, really steep when that right elbow goes high. Watch what happens when that right elbow goes low. Oh, look at that. As if by magic, that shaft shallows out when that right elbow stays nice and low. And that right elbow, to make sure we're stabilizing that club on the way back, should stay really nice and low, because look at that shaft. It's already what I like to call simply pre-shallowed. So we don't have to sort of re-shallow it on the way back down. We don't start off like this on the way back down and have to re-shallow it. The club's already the angle it wants and deserves to be. So all we have to do now is rotate through, and that shaft stays beautifully on its angle, on its plane. We're going to hit some great repeatable golf shots. But the problem is, even if our right elbow goes very high at the top here, we can still try and get it back. But my word, we've lost control over that low point and where that club head is, where that face of that golf club is. So we've got to make sure, and this goes for you who's really coming down steep and you're tired of it, I want you to feel when you get back to that top of your swing, this is going to feel really strange to a lot of you. It's going to be feeling like you're making no backswing at all. I want you to get that feeling that right elbow is staying low in relation to your left elbow. Yes, you'll feel like you're coming in really flat and around, but if you've been so used to this over the many years that you've been playing golf, it's going to feel, yes, strange. It's going to feel different. But my word, pretty much instantly, you'll see the results. You might catch a few slightly thin, catch a few slightly fat to begin with, but stick with it. What you will notice almost instantly is there's very little curvature on that golf shot. You won't notice that ball curving out to that right-hand side. You won't notice that ball pulling to the left. So what I want you to do on that way back, I want you to feel that right elbow is staying very, very low in relation to the left elbow, because what will happen if we don't? Shaft goes really, really steep. We're going to chop across that ball, and we absolutely do not want that. with any golf club. Driver, irons, wedges, man down. We're going to struggle. Keep that right elbow nice and low on the way back. And watch those lovely, lovely draws.